And we are back again. Amazing.
Right, I'm going to close the application down, guys. So if you're watching, I am very sorry. I will be back very shortly. So just hold tight for 2 seconds while I close the application down. This is doing my head in, man.
I'll literally quickly tell the guys in the chat that don't ready up. This is going well, like always.
Oh mate, don't even get me started.
Yeah. I won't be surprised if it does it to Manhill when we were going to be commentating Manhill. And when we get to Imola in F2 or in F1, and when it comes to Imola, it will just go poof, gone. And we have to do the exact same thing as Switchback has just done.
Might need another like 1 minute.
Oh wait, oh, yeah. Oh, why the hell are you? Why the hell are you? They ready up? I told them not to. Okay, thank God. We're waiting for one more person. It was supposed to be 20. It's supposed to be 20 people. What?
Right, I am back live, so I now need to just put it back out again.
Yeah, there we go. Now it works. We've got 20 people in. So, for Manhill, Imola will be the 4th race after Portugal.
Now in my league, we've got Imola like towards the end of the season. We've got a week's break in about 3 or 4 weeks time, and we don't have any new tracks until after the break.
Okay, interesting. I'll keep my chat covered because I've turned it off to see, like I can see on my screen. Alright. Let's do this again, shall we?
Okay, oh, they're doing qualifying again. So, we are where we started.
Yeah. Who will be the first person out this time, I wonder? Last time it was Hug. Let's see. And it's a Williams. No, it's not. It's an AlphaTauri. I believe that's Hughes. Oh no, it is.
17.5 minutes to go.
Amazing. Turns out the first one out would be Klein Bossy. I believe.
He's leaving them out.
I mean, it doesn't show where he's from. I'd like to know, because I like to know seeing people from different countries, which can look interesting. I'll hand it over to you, Dan, if that's fine.
That's perfectly fine, mate. As you guys saw, we do have Klein Bossy here that led the guys out. They're outlapping the Williams, but the AlphaTauri man, he overtakes him there, which means he will currently be setting the first lap, and that is AMR advantage there. He's on his outlap currently. You've currently got currently P15, P11 and P3, all on the mediums, and every other driver on the soft compound tyres for the first couple of laps of qualifying tonight. So yeah, hopefully we see a great race to go, and obviously, as you guys know, we did have to stop the stream momentarily because there was a glitch. Hopefully we don't have that glitch again, and we can go straight from the off this time. We was about 10 minutes away from finishing last time, so like I said, we're going to have to go through all of this again tonight. You've got Vantage now that's going to be the first one onto his flying lap this evening, and let's see how fast he can get it this time, and see if he can take pole position and keep it there for tonight's qualifying session. He's got the DRS on as we speak, So yeah, Dom, is there anybody currently you're watching that's either on the out lap or coming onto their flying lap that's interested you at the minute as we speak?
Currently, I am surprised by the Williams of Clay Boss because he is actually mastering the chicanes and those corners and the apexes, which can give him a tribute and to give him a good lap time. Also, earlier when you were commentating, because I handed it over to you, of course, I didn't want to interrupt, but I saw Sparks lagging so hard that he was literally just bobbing up and down all over the place on my screen.
Wow. So guys, as you saw, Vantage did get an invalid lap, and we're now with the Alpine driver of Mr. BT, and he also invalidates his lap. We're going to go to VHAFC Rayner here in Red Bull, in the white livery Red Bull that is limited time. So guys, I'm going to stick with Red Bull for his flying lap to see you guys get to have a night, because it's not going to last in the game forever. As he comes into sector 3 now, no purple sector 2, but there's still a possibility. Klein Bosch takes pole position for the time being with a 1:15.7, very good lap from him there. And there you go, Wheelo now takes it with a 1:14.6. What do you make of that time there then, Dom?
I'm just flabbergasted. I mean, if it's gonna be just Jesus Christ, what is Vantage doing? Do you know what just happened?
No, I was currently on the other guy, Red Bull driver.
Basically, Hug was giving the space of Vantage's life, and Vantage still had the audacity to try and to drive into him.
Wow.
Yeah. And
we like to see clean driving in this. Sorry to interrupt you, mate.
Yeah,
we like to see clean driving in leagues like this, and if it is anything like he's just said, and it's worse than what he said, then I assume the stewards will have a look at it and they will penalise him for it. But you've got Snell right now in the McLaren driver.
Oh!
I'm sorry, what was you saying before I interrupted you?
It's fine. Just now, Vantage just binned into the wall, so that's calm for him. So I was about to say, it might happen again what happened at Netherlands when I was commentating, when the last time I was commentating. All these good laps would just be beaten again and again and again.
100%. He's looking very promising right now in the Mercedes as he's coming up onto that final straight. Could this potentially be pole position for him? No, it's not. It's a 1:15.2, but that does put him in P3, so it is a very good lap from him, and we are going to find someone on a flying lap not far away.
Currently, sorry to interrupt, but Mr. BT has just almost clenched pole position.
Wow. Some of these times, guys, they are really, really good right now. We're going to go find somebody that's coming on a flying lap that hasn't invalidated, but right now it's very hard to find drivers. There we go, we're on Brian right now. In the Alfa Romeo as he comes into sector 3 as we speak. No purple sector there. So, Dom, please take it away for a few minutes of what's going on with the guys that you're watching.
Yep, that's fine. And Lightning, you just bottled a good lap. So basically, he set a good lap time. He still had his pace, and he just randomly cuts the chicane. I mean, that's a bit disappointing. But I mean, maybe it's just his tactic. You never know. Maybe he wants to fit in some new tyres and fetch in another good lap. On board here with its Pyro with an invalidated lap time, so we will not be commentating about that. Brian out on his first lap in the softs. Very interesting. It can possibly be a different forecast, so it can maybe be rain all race. Who knows? But Brian now sets a purple sector 1. That is why I call an impressive lap time in an Alfa Romeo. Now going down into I don't know what this turn's called, but now going into the most hated corner, which is that top speed corner, and then that immediate brake, which I don't really know on these turns. I don't really document. And it's a purple sector 2 for Brian. Can he out qualify a 1:14.6 set by the Mercedes of Wheelo? Now rounding the last couple of corners, gets the DRS signal. Now going into the final corner, it's Around the final corner, it's a 110. He can possibly not beat it. Down the straight he goes. Crosses the line and he slows down after that beautiful sector 1 and 2. Unlucky for him.
I was expecting a pole position just there with the purple sector 1 and a purple sector 2, but Pyro takes pole position now with a 1:14.3. These times are just improving. Do you think that any of these drivers could potentially hit a 1:13 time?
So, like I said about Netherlands, I remember when I was commentating with someone else, when literally there was one lap which was like a 110, and then after there was a 109. Like, so possibly there can be a 113, because I have never seen a 109 in Netherlands, and I've never seen a 113 in Imola, and maybe there's... What's happened?
Brian, he was going round, coming into that horrible turn which you were talking about when he went round it before, and he spins and he does hit the wall, but I don't think there's any serious damage. Ooh. And you may continue. Unlucky
to the lad. So I was saying, the Netherlands and the Imola curse might link together to make a better one, to give, like, once again more thrilling action, and its Pyro gets invalidated lap as we speak. Or as I speak. You can take it away, Dan.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was just watching Hughes Connor to see if he was going to get a purple sector 2, which he doesn't get at the minute anyway. There's still a possibility that he could do it on another lap. He took pole position last time he was doing qualifying, and there we go. BHAFC Reina has been disqualified from the session, as it says, from driving the wrong way. And he was, don't know where he was, I don't know where he was now, but there you go. Hughes has just spun, which means there's no chance he's going to be getting a very good time there. Snell coming into sector 3 now. Is it purple? No, it's not, but he's coming around the top 2 horrible turns that everybody needs to be careful of, and he gets those just right. Perfectly taken there from him with 8.5 minutes of qualifying left to go.
Sorry,
this is going to get interesting.
Oops, sorry about that.
Carry on, sorry.
So basically, I wasn't willing to interrupt you because it isn't that big of an event. But Klein Bossy just came from a 1:15.7, I believe, to jump up by 5/10 and maybe to leap up to a top 10 if he holds it for the last couple of minutes of the session.
Right now, obviously, we've only got around 7 minutes, about just over 7 minutes of well, just under 8 minutes, sorry, of qualifying left to go. Is your prediction of who's going to win tonight's race changed, or are you sticking with the same guys you had last time out?
I'm not. I'm actually not, because it's fully changed. Like I told you, Skip Bottas could go down in the next qualifying session. I don't know if it was race or qualifying. I don't remember about it. But Skip Bottas has dropped form currently, and maybe he can't. Maybe he won't get the podium this time round. But it's probably currently, in my opinion, a podium is definitely going to be so basically 2 from the top 5, and maybe maybe Snell, possibly, and the race win. I'm thinking like Berger, Pyro, or Wheelo. One of those 3.
Wow, some of these times that are flying in right now are just crazy. The top 8 is just so close right now. You just can't separate them. We're going to go to the Mercedes driver of Cam here, who seems to be going extremely slow.
I already know what happened.
Pardon?
I know what happened. He binned it on the chicane.
Oh no. Unfortunate for him, because that was his golden opportunity to get himself into the top 10, but he doesn't get it at the minute. There is a yellow flag in sector 3 as we speak. But Mr. BT's dropped down slightly as Pyro still sits in pole position with a 1:14.3. It's going to take a lot to beat that time. We're trying to find something that could be relatively close here with Skip Butties. He's looking really promising as he beat... Oh, never mind there. F1 Parallax, what's he going to be able to do then? And he's just come into sector 3, but Snell has retired Mr. BT then. Let's see what he's going to be doing for us then. Is he's coming up towards those 2 horrible turns right now as we speak. Coming onto that straight into sector 3. Is this going to be a pole position chance for him? Is the question. No purple sector 2 though. So Dom, anything going on over there?
So I'm currently on board with Skip Butties here. Not the greatest sector 1, but he's still got the pace. He might improve his lap time in the closing stages of his top speed lap time, because he is going very quickly. Like he's going to set a 1:14. And wow, Skip. Oh no, Skip! He's binned it! This corner is he's really boiling everyone's blood going into that corner, because everyone keeps on spinning.
I think it's going to be that corner where quite a few incidents are going to happen tonight. But hopefully we don't see too many safety cars. I've seen too many of those over the past 2 weeks already as it is, without seeing any more. But hopefully we see a great race take place, so you guys that are watching it have something entertaining to watch here tonight. And if you are new here, thank you for joining us for the Switchback Racing League race in Imola. And if you are watching, please join us Friday night for probably one of the biggest races that I'm going to be commentating in, because it is the final race of Formula Com for the season, and then there's a 5-way battle for the Drivers' Championship, and there's only 20 points, well, there's about 3 points separating the top 3, and about 20 points separating 5th from 1st. So yeah, we're going to focus on tonight's race as it is anyway, with Mr. BT coming onto the final straight. Is it going to be pole position? I don't think it is. He is running out of fuel, so there's not a lot he's going to be able to do. But Sparks, he's one of the guys that is in the 5-way battle for the championship in Formula Com. Let's see if he can put a statement out to the rest of the guys from Formula Com in tonight's race and say that he is coming for the Drivers' Championship tonight. All he has to do is win the race on Friday and get fastest lap, and he will walk away with the Drivers' Championship. Dom, what was you saying? Ooh, ah.
So basically, Sparks just really done a big mistake there going into that. As I said, that corner just boils blood, because it's just annoying to everyone, including me.
Those corners do my head in. I haven't finished in the races I've done. I haven't finished like the past 7 races, so. We've got just under 3 minutes of qualifying left for you guys tonight. Things are starting to pick up a bit now. The slowest time we've got is a 1:16.8, but he is looking to improve on that time. As you've got the final guy coming, you've got the Haas driver as he was coming round on the final straight, looking for pole position. Wouldn't have got it anyway, but he was in the fight for it. But unfortunately, he gets it invalidated there. Welcome guys, welcome. Thanks for joining us here for Switchback. We are almost over in qualifying, and then there'll be 32 laps of Imola to go for you guys this evening. I'm really looking forward to it, just as much as I believe Don might be as well.
Yeah.
We hope we entertain you guys as much as we're going to be entertained tonight. Oh, never mind. I thought that could have potentially been pole position, but it's not. He moves up to P14. Hakvinici, if that's how you pronounce it, with a 1:15.2. I think he was looking to improve on his time. We've got the bottom 3 guys there. Hughes, Jamie and AMR Vantage with sweet set times coming on the outlap with 1.5 minutes to go. Dom, anything happening?
So basically, I was just spectating Hack, because I just call him Hack. Right now, when he was setting up his lap time, I was really thinking that he could at least challenge Klein Bossy, but just now, Klein Bossy just parcel bombed himself into P7, which causes Skip Butties to go all the way down into P10. But both McLarens are out.
Almost every driver is out right now because they are looking to improve on their time to cement their position. Even it's Pyro, who looks like he is almost pretty much secured. pole position there. I mean, times are close. I think he pretty much secured pole position. He's even back out on a flying lap. But right now we're watching Jamie Morris here as he comes into sector 3. No purple sector though, and no purple sector 2. But there's still an opportunity. He could take pole position away right now, but I don't think it's going to happen for him tonight. I think this is how qualifying is going to finish tonight.
Sorry to interrupt into this, but
No.
Burger has just got purple sector 1.
Who has Berger?
Yes.
We'll go watch him then, as he says he's just got a purple sector 1, which means he could potentially take purple sector 2, and if he takes purple sector 2, he's sure as hell going to be challenging its Pyro. For pole position, as he has a little wobble there, but he keeps his car going. Is it purple sector 2? No, it's not. Which means he could still be challenging as it was purple sector 1. But this will be his last opportunity. He has to hope he can pull something special off at this point if qualifying. Is it going to be pole position? Do you think he's going to be able to take pole position for this lap?
Possibly. Oh my days, what have I just seen?
So we'll come to you in a second as he's coming onto the final straight. I think there could be pole position for him right now. Oh
My
there
god!
is literally 1,000ths separating them. 1,000ths separating Berger and Pyro right now. And that is something that you do not see every day in racing. And that is what you call... I knew we'd be challenging, and I thought that may have been pole position right there. But how about that 1,000ths separating them there? And how about that? Dom, what do you have to say about that? So
now I've got to have 3 things to say. First of all, Burger, you had a great lap time, storming drive. You could have even done better. Next thing, when I was just looking through different drivers, I just saw Sparks bin into the wall.
Wow.
And then third of all, Cam Dude's lap was pretty much ruined by Vantage because he had to sit behind his tail pretty much the whole qualifying lap.
What a qualifying session we have just witnessed, especially the top 2 separated by 1,000ths, and then if you also look, Sparks is literally separated by 3,000ths of Pyro and 2,000ths of Berger there, and that is your qualifying positions for tonight, guys. And watching that qualifying, especially the time gap between the top 3, would you like to have a quick rundown of how tonight's grid is setting up?
Okay, that's fine. So the man in pole position is in the Red Bull, the British lad who likes to always be in pole position. It's Pyro. In second is Berger in the Alfa Romeo. Third is Sparks. Fourth is Cam Dude. Fifth is Wheelo. Sixth is Mr. BT. Seventh Lightning. Eighth Bossy. Ninth Snell. 10 Parallax. 11 Skip Butties. 12th Cal, 13th Hug, 14th Hughes, 15th Brian, Hacks in 16th, Vantage in 17th, Jamie 18th, Robbie 19th, and then Rayna in last place.
What a qualifying! Now you've seen that though, Dom? How do you feel like tonight's race is going to go? Do you feel like Pyro's going to go on to win it, or do you feel like we're going to see somebody else win tonight's race?
After that qualifying session, it's either going to be Berger. It's definitely going to be one of the top 3 who gets the win. Because after that pace, it's been amazing.
Yeah, this race is looking to set something special for you guys tonight. Especially like we've already said, the top 3 is separated by 1,000ths right now, guys. The top 3 was separated by 1,000ths. And that is something you do not see in league racing every day. I'm sure Don can back me up on the leagues he's commentated in. You don't see that all the time. So those guys are going to really want to be going all out forward. They're going to be going like crazy for that win tonight. But everybody else, the guys at the back, are going to want to also be coming up the grid to go on to win tonight.
Also, sorry to interrupt about this.
That's alright.
But about it's Pyro. The thing is, he at the end of the races, he always starts to get the pace, and he starts to be a bit more aggressive. He gets his elbows out, and always shows good potential at the end.
Guys, if you look at the bottom of my screen, you can see the predicted pit stop strategies, and on the left hand side are the tyre compounds for the drivers tonight. This is really interesting. You've got literally the top half of the grid on the softs and the bottom half on the mediums. So, Dom, looking at the tyre compound, what do you think the strategies are for some of these drivers? Do you think the guys on mediums are looking to go longer, or do you think it's just a genuine strategy that they feel will help them go on to win tonight's race?
I feel a bit of both. The reason why is mediums can last long around this track, and just now Berger has now lagged out of the session, which is bad news, so that can possibly get him out of points. And yeah, it's a bit of both. Yes, strategic wise, because sometimes strategic wise mediums can help you when rain is sometimes detected. So, and when you're on the softs, you might not expect it, especially in qualifying.
Yeah, this race has really set something special. Sorry, the qualifying has really set something special. We've got 32 laps for you guys tonight. They're coming on the formation lap. As you can see, that Pyro is leading the formation lap around this track right now, as they're all just coming to sector 3 now. So hopefully we entertain you guys just as much as this race is going to entertain us. But I'm really looking forward to it. Advantage gets disqualified, and so does Hack there, as he also gets disqualified from session, which means their tyre is going to be colder than the rest of the guys on the grid tonight. We have got a full grid for you guys, and we are looking forward to seeing who is going to take tonight's Imola Grand Prix here in Italy. As the grid looks like they're reforming now. So Dom,
Yes.
would you like to take away the race start?
Yes, of course, but so something to say, Berger now possibly might not get the podium I was thinking of because he has just lagged out. Pyro ready and actually bloodthirsty for a good start going into turn 1. Sparks already probably revving up his engine, and it's gonna go here in the fields of Italy, or in the San Marino GP. And as now 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are racing. And it's Pyro gets a good start now going down the straight. Sparks gets the better start than usual now going now just before the first chicane. Sparks really now trying to push away Cam Dude, and clenches still hold on his silver medal now going down into the second chicane. What a race start this has been. And Pyro's in the gravel. Pyro has landed it in the gravel.
I don't know if you saw what I was just watching, but as Pyro comes out of the gravel, he actually does do a unsafe entry back to the track here in Imola. But these guys are really battling out. As you look at the top of the grid, Cam Dude in P2 right now, he's looking to take Sparks on here, which only 7 tenths are separating those two right now. But Sparks is looking so promising right now in P1. This race has really been an intense start. Wheelo is right at the back end. They're going to ride on board with Wheelo at the minute as he's battling out with his Mercedes teammate. Currently we've got Mercedes 2 and 3, Mr. BT in P4 looking to take on Wheelo, but right now Wheelo isn't taking any of it. He goes on the outside there of Cam Dude, so inside of Cam Dude, and he gets the overtaking just, and what an overtake, but they are wheel to wheel right now. These two are really battling it out. This has been a crazy start to the race, guys. Sparks obviously takes fastest lap with 119.9 there, and Wheelo for the time being is currently sitting in P2, but then Cam Dude coming back on the outside of him there. Is this going to be another overtake? Is this going to be Cam Dude back in P2 going into turn 1? No, it's not. Dom, what is going on over there with you as Mr. BT comes in for the podium?
So currently, I didn't want to interrupt you, but going further back, Hughes and Kai is really setting out a good fight here for P13. And as I speak, I see Skip Butties in the gravel there, as I was on board with Hughes Connor, who was chasing down Kaz here. Jeez, I'm already out of breath.
This has been a crazy start to the race, guys. Mr. BT is still looking for the overtake on Cam Dude, they're battling now for the podium position nice and early on lap 2 here. As the ball just come into these guys have just come into sector 2. They're heading on for lap 3 here in Imola. Mr. BT's moved down to P5. Pyro currently moves up into back up into P4, so he's now looking to take back his P1 position. This is really Dom. What is going on over there, Dom? Because you've just gone.
Yeah. So basically, I was just on board with Vantage after he binned it, and now going down into that bloodbath of a corner. He has binned it now, almost hit the wall there. Luckily, yeah. Oh, has he got broken from wing? Because he can't turn. He doesn't. He's lost his front wing. I didn't even notice. And a bit of his floor. Do you think that's going to cost him?
That could cost him a lot in this race, because now he's going to obviously have to pit for new fresh wings, and he will also have to pit, which means he'll get pressure tyres as well.
He's done it again.
So obviously, from what you're saying, it's been really good. Sorry, 1 minute. Bloody hell. Vantage has retired from session. I assume you saw what happened there, Dom.
I did.
So what's gone on there with Vantage?
Basically, he was coming in to go into the pit, and his car just lagged out, and I believe he done an Arava.
Wow. But good job, there's no safety car just yet here in Imola. Nobody's pitted yet, but obviously we may see our first pit from what he was saying about somebody going into the gravel, losing his front wing. Bloody hell, sorry about that, guy. Pyro takes fastest lap there with a 118.1. So this grid is still really, really close here in Imola, Dom.
Oh, come, dude! What's just happened to you, mate?
Wow. So from what you guys can hear, I'm guessing we're on lap 4, and there has been a
he's out. I'm sorry to interrupt, but he's not out. Thank God.
So, from what you guys, I'm sure you guys are listening. It's been a crazy start here in Imola. Dom, what's been going on?
So basically, I was viewing its Pyro when he was trying to overtake the both Mercedes, and Camdu just binned into the gravel, and when he got back on track, after leaving the chicane, he binned it straight into the wall and lost it from wing, and I thought he was out.
This has been a mental start, guys. This is Pyro in the Red Bull. He's looking for the overtake on Wheelo here. Is he going to be able to take it heading into lap 5 here of Imola? These guys are really going all out forward. Sparks is now currently 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the grid. It just shows how dominant of a driver he really can be. But Pyro looking to go on the... Oh, mate, I've lost it. I think he went on the outside there. Berger has joined back, which means he will have to carry on from P15, which isn't what he wanted. But I think he can certainly get himself back up in the podium. What do you think?
It is possible, but the thing is that the softs can wear out more. But yes, it's got more pace, so basically it will be a bit balanced until he goes into the pit, and it depends on what strategy he is using, what reverse card maybe he can pull out in the final closing stages of the race. I don't expect any rain in this sunny spells.
Obviously, you said you wouldn't expect rain in these sort of conditions right now, but obviously, as you guys know, the weather can change in a split second. So there's a possibility we may still see rain here in Imola. We're not sure at the minute. But yeah, hopefully we see a good race. It's looking to plan out as a good race. What's happened there? Because I don't know what's happened.
So basically, the Haas of Kai and the Alpine of Hug, in my opinion, which was one of the favourites to be in the top 5, and Kai has just spun it again, going into the shake. Them have spun it, and that's just cost them lots of positions.
We are currently on lap 6, guys, and as you can see, the top half of the grid is just so close you can't separate it. Pyro is gaining so much time on Sparks right now. We're going to actually go see what's going on up at the front of the grid there with Sparks. As you look at him, he's looking very promising early on in this race. But Pyro just sitting behind him there, he is looking like he is can't speak now. He is looking like he is going to take that P1 position away in a split second. At the minute we haven't seen a safety car, which is always good to see. Normally I see a safety car within the first 5 laps of races, but this has been a sensational start to the Imola Grand Prix here. Yeah, so obviously as you can see guys, the grid, the top 10 is still really much. We're going to see the time gap between the lead, and look at that guys, as you look on the left hand side of the screen, those are the gaps from the leader. So it's been a really good start to tonight's Grand Prix. We're on lap 7 of 32. Dom and Mr. BT is retired, and so is Hack there. They've both retired. Could that potentially see a safety car tonight? Our first safety car on lap 7. I don't know if it is. I don't think it is.
No.
So Dom, did you see what happened there, or?
No, I was pretty, let's say, near the bit what happened, because I was with Brian after he binned it, and it wasn't at that place where it does everyone's head in. It was the corner before that, and he just binned it into the gravel.
Wow, this has really been a great start, guys. We've seen 3 DNFs in the first 7 laps. Not what we like to see, but so far there's still no safety car. We're currently watching Snell right now, who's 5 seconds behind the leader. Let's see how far away he is. He's only 9/10 separating him and his teammate Landon. We've currently got a McLaren 4-5 here, which is always great to see. We've had one team sticking together. We've got Alfa Romeo 12 and 13 there, Haas 15 and 16. So it's always good to see drivers sticking with their teammate as much as possible, because if you stick together, the chance you have of getting better points. But yeah, as you can see, we've not really had the top half of the grid haven't really pitted yet. What would you say is the particular pit stop strategy for the guys at the top of the grid?
They'll probably go for the 2-stop, and currently as I speak, Jamie Morris and, well, it's pretty much the 2 Williams and the Aston Martin fighter. Jesus Christ, what am I seeing behind me? So basically, Jamie Morris overtook Bossy. Bossy slowed down going to the chicane, and Robbie almost collided into him.
Yeah, okay, so if you heard that, guys, there was a great battle going on there, but we're currently focusing on Lightning here. As you can see, he's only 5 tenths separating him and the Mercedes driver of Wheelo. Wow! Now we've had 3 guys crash out of tonight's race. Dom, are you going to change your prediction for the podium, or are you going to say that the guys probably sitting there are going to remain there, or would you say that somebody from the back is going to come forward? What's your prediction?
I feel like I think one of the McLarens might climb up, but I mean, I think the top 2 will just be there for pretty much for the whole race. And it's raining. It is raining. I can see drops. Sorry for that.
Yeah, guys, it is starting to rain here in Imola, which means it's going to start to get interesting. Now it's raining. When would you say would be the best time to pit? As Lightning goes up into podium there, overtaking Wheelo of the Mercedes, and Lightning is now setting himself a pace. He hasn't really got much clean air right now, but he's going to try and hope he can get as much clean air as possible.
Parallax!
What's gone on there, mate? Oh, Berger's already gone on to Winters. That is far too early.
Just saying.
Did you say it's far too early for Berger? Sorry, go on, mate.
It's fine. So basically, Parallax just binned into a wall. And also, about the question you told me earlier, when was the right time to pit? I said like lap 10, lap 11, something around that, where it started to get a bit more wetter than right now.
Would you say it's a bit too early for Inters, because Berger's already gone on to the Inters? What would you say, that's far too early for the Inters, because it's not really wet enough yet, his tyres will burn out? So what's your
it's a bit too early. Oops, sorry.
What's your opinion on it?
I think it's a bit too early, because it can lead to some more spins and it can possibly go out of the race. And F1 Parallax binned it again. He lets Brian by. Oh, and he almost bins it again. He's really struggling on those softs.
These guys are really going into pits now, and I think this could be for the Inters. It's a bit too early in my opinion. I was commentating a race last night, and there was one guy that was on the soft compound tyres for about 10 minutes of the rain, when it was far too wet for the softs, and he somehow ended up going on to finish second or third, I think it was. But Pyro, he's gained quite a bit of time on Sparks. These guys are still on the soft compound tyres. They still think it's too early for the Inters to come out. If this was me, I'd probably pit for Inters around lap 11, lap 12, because the rain is coming down hard right now. So it's getting interesting now. The rest of the race is going to be interesting. If anybody's watching the stream that and you're racing, when you get time, would you please let me know if the rain's supposed to last for the rest of the race or if it's supposed to stop at all?
So I want to jump in a little bit because Jamie Murray is actually catching up to the Mercedes of Wheeler. Wheeler really not doing well on those softs because he is struggling. He's already lost a position to one of the McLarens. Now he can possibly lose position to the Aston Martin, and the Aston Martin of Jamie Morris, hoping to save an Aston Martin at least the top 10 after that DNF from his teammate.
If you look at that now, Dom, every single driver is going to be on the Inters once Klein Bossy goes onto them. Every single driver on the track will be on the Inters. So the rain is coming down hard. Do you think that it might get that wet that they may even have to go onto the full wets, or do you think that there'll be no need for them tonight?
Possibly. I don't because when I look up at the sky, when I see on the onboard cams, it still looks a bit cloudy, and there's not that much patches of grey clouds. But it can change. But I feel like it could be intermediate for the whole time.
Yeah. It's looking like the Inters are going to be out for quite a while now, guys. Possibly even for the rest of this race tonight. We're on lap 11 of 32. It's now starting to get interested, but the grid has separated a little bit there. The real early battle going on right now is between Lightning and Pyro, who's battling it out for the P2 position, and one of them, then they can both start trying to push. Well, I think that's what they're both trying to do right now, is just push Sparks and hope they force him into making some sort of mistake so they can take away that P1 position away from him tonight in the Ferrari. His teammate V Robbie is currently sitting in P5. So yeah, this race has really set it out to be something special tonight. We've currently got yellow flag sector 2 and sector 3. Dom, is there anything going on over there in your bit that you're watching?
Not really, other than the fact that its Pyro is really gaining speed on Lightning, who pitted a bit earlier than the others for those Inters, because as it says in the chart, it already says 1 lap.
There you go, guys, on the left hand side of the screen are the what's it called, position changes. V Robbie has done 14 position changes. Pyro oh my god, if you've just seen what I've seen,
yeah,
Pyro's just lost his wings.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow, did you see it better than I did? Because all I saw was him hitting the wall.
No, I did see it in more detail when he was trying to fight Lightning for the silver medal, and then going into the chicane exit, he just binned into the wall.
Wow. Yeah, guys, so on the left hand side of the screen is the position changes. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, this is really interesting. Let's have a look at the time penalties there. Look at that. Guy's actually P17 with an 11-second penalty to his name. V Robbie with an 8-second. So guys, the penalties are flying in quite a bit now. But Jamie and Wheeler are really backing it out for P5 right now. But because it's wet, you've got to be careful with the overtakes that you do. But these guys, they don't seem to care right now. They are wheel to wheel. One mistake from one of them could see them both out of the race tonight. So they've got to be careful when Jamie tries to go for the overtake. But he goes for the overtake nice and wide, but he can't unfortunately get it on him, as the DRS will not be enabled anymore because it's raining. So Dom, now it's raining. Do you think that the race is going to change at all? Do you think it's going to make it interesting? What's your opinion on the race now that it started raining?
Similar answer to the last question, possibly, because both McLarens pitted a bit earlier than usual, and as I speak, its Pyro's gone on the wet. And if I continue my statement from just earlier, so basically, Lightning and Snell both done pitted a bit earlier than usual. I think that's just going to be a good tactic, just to switch up the table of all these people. Let's say one pits very late, he might drop lots of positions or something like that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, mate, but as you see, guys, like you just said, Pyro's gone onto the full wet. Maybe a bit too early, might be the right time, who knows, we won't find out yet, but Jamie's looking for the overtake. They're wheel to wheel again, and Jamie goes into P5 there, and they're still wheel to wheel going into those two horrible turns, and they get out there, still alive, both of them, and Jamie comes out in P5 still. So, sorry, no, never mind, they were coming back onto the home straight there. My bad, guys. But yeah, they're really battling it out right now for P5. There's only 4/10 separating those two drivers. But Wheelo's still looking for the overtake, but he's not going to quite get it just yet. Robbie's now looking for the podium, looking to overtake the McLaren driver Snell, but right now you've got the McLaren still stuck together with the 2 and 3. Do you think Robbie can separate the McLarens, or do you think the McLarens are just too good and they will stick together for the whole of this race?
So they might stick with the pace and will hold back the Ferraris of maybe even getting a 1-2 or a 1-3. And also a thing that there's two things I can feel like there's actually, yeah, that's one thing. Two things that I can commentate as a kind of a hotspot, because it's actually gradually building up. So it's the fight is good. So the two fights that are actually gradually building up, or once again, is the fight actually not anymore, because now there's both of them are faded out. Amazing, great. There's nothing to commentate other than just talking about lap data.
Sorry to interrupt you. Currently got Brian and Klein Bossy there battling it out for P9. These guys, like you've just said, the grid is separated quite a bit now. But Robbie is gaining time back on Snell there, only 9/10 separating them. We were back 15 and 32. So we haven't got long left of the race to go. Obviously Sparks, he's got away from Lightning pretty well there, just over 2 seconds separating Lightning and Sparks. Pyro's now out of the race. I've just seen somebody behind there come off the track. Don't know what's happened there. But yeah, this race is really setting out now. P11 of BHAFC, Rainer, there looking for P11.
I have something to say, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, please, no, it's alright, go for it.
So basically now going down the straight, Parallax has binned just before the pit lane and has lost, now I believe that's 1 position, and that was his loss of position to Skip Butties in the Haas. And there's actually a fight to commentate on, but you did mention it, which is the Rainer versus Brian.
Yeah, please go for it.
Okay. I need to get on board with them. I'm just staring at the intervals to see if there's any good fight. And it's actually turning to a 3-way battle, and Rainer, and he slams into the wall. Now there's just only one fight now left to commentate, and it's an old one. It's once again happened again, which is Brian versus Klein. My breath is starting to fade out, which is not good, and my throat. And now they're pulling away again. Why? Can you just slow down a bit, just so I can actually have some entertainment to commentate? Yes, it can kill my breath, whatever, but I don't care.
Nah, I know what you're saying there, mate, and there was a temporary battle going on here between Hughes and Wheelo, there for P6, sorry, but they've now faded out. They're currently Brian and Klein, they're currently battling it out still, now again, they're 6-10 separating those two. This is, like you said, the grid's fading away, they're separating really quickly, and that's obviously not much to commentate on. But we will find anything we can to commentate on. There's still 16 guys on grid, on track, so there's still something to commentate on. Well, we'll find anything to commentate on that we can to entertain you guys today. we're not far away from the finish, like I've already said. But yeah, this race is the grid is just separated so quickly, but Brian isn't giving up on Klein. There's 4 tenths separating those two. And Kaisac is now out of the session as well. He finishes in P16, which unfortunately means obviously even if he crashed down P10, there would still be no points available for him tonight. Now, anyway, is that going to be a safety car? Is that going to make things intense? I can't see it. No, there is no safety car, and we will carry on this race as it was before. Not many battles going on.
So basically, this has actually been the most craziest race I have ever seen. I have never seen, I think, this much of penalties added all together, because I've just been staring at the penalties chart, and there's been lots of high seconds of penalties, and also the second thing that is really intriguing me, that there's been 5 DNFs and not even a single safety car. It's like if they're going a bit late with this, and as I speak there's a Williams, I believe, in the gravel. Trying my best to get to him. That's Parallax once again doing a mistake. He's probably having the curse of George Russell in the Williams at Imola, because I think he's DNF'd every single time he's raced at Imola.
If you look at the top of the grid though, Snell is gaining time on Lightning. I think we're going to be seeing a temporary McLaren battle, as there's only 8 tenths separating those two right now. 7 tenths separating them. Snell's really looking for it now. He is really looking for that P2 position from his own teammate, but right now he's still got McLaren 2 and 3 no matter what happens between these two as we speak. Lightning's gained a bit of time on Sparks as well. So these guys, I think we're going to be seeing a bit of a 3-way battle for the P1 position very shortly, guys. Sorry.
It's fine. I always do that.
So we could see a temporary battle for P1, 3-way battle for P1, but right now I just don't think it's going to be happening for us, because Lightning just doesn't look like he's going to be giving up his P2 position right now as we speak. But like we've already said, there's not really much to commentate on. We're just trying to find anything we can in this race to commentate for you guys, to entertain you all. I did see somebody have a little wobble. I don't know what. Oh, okay, I think managed to keep himself going. But we've got a battle for P9 going on, 7 tenths separating them. This race is really interesting, guys. I've already said it a few times already, we're really not far away from finishing this race, but obviously they won't be reaching top speeds because it is raining in Imola, so the race will take a little bit longer than what we'd like it to, but it is what it is. These things happen in league racing sometimes, but hopefully we see some battles towards the end of the race tonight for you guys.
I have something to say. So basically, after a great qualifying, Berger is now really struggling with now 9 seconds worth of penalties and not really improving on his speed, in my opinion. Like he is kind of like, he keeps on catching up to Hughes and then randomly pulling away.
Right. So it is getting interesting. These guys are battling it out a bit, but we're on lap 19 of 32, guys. This race, there's just really not much to go on here, but we've currently got a battle for P14 with Cam Dude and Parallax here. We're going to ride on board with Cam Dude, who's looking for the P14 position on Parallax, 6 tenths, 5 tenths separating them. Cam Dude is really gaining time right now. Is this going to be what he's been wanting? Is he going to be able to find the overtake for P14? Yes, he can. Oh yeah, somebody's just gone into pits, so it was a battle for P13. Is Cam Dude of the Mercedes going to be able to do it? No, he's not. He has to back out to avoid any incident, especially with it being wet. I think soon, Dom, unless you disagree with me, it might soon be time for the full wets to come out. Because if you look, there are puddles of rain on the track. Do you think it's soon going to be time for the full wets, or do you think it's just inches for the time being?
I think it's possible to be full wets, because with this weather, and when I look when I go on board, there is lots of rain being dashed onto the track, and there's also lots of puddles I see, and there's not really a dry line. I can't spot a good dry line.
I'm not seeing much dry patches on the track right now. I'm mainly seeing puddles on with this guy while I'm riding on board with Cam. I'm seeing mostly puddles on track right now. So I think soon, guys, these drivers will be heading into the pits for the full wets to come out, which will make the race even more interesting to see, and it will probably slow things down even more. But we're only 12 laps away from the race finish tonight. So yeah, it's getting interesting. It's getting intense, guys.
So I wanted to comment in about one of this fight, which is again gradually building up. Hopefully, it doesn't disintegrate. It is Jamie Morris taking on V Robbie for P4. That like kind of, it's like a good spot to be in, being in a team like this. And there's a yellow flag. Who is that? That's a Red Bull. It's Rayner. He's lapped. First man to be lapped, and he somehow gets a penalty when it's not even his fault, just because he binned it. So that's a bit mean from the game, in my opinion.
Currently, guys, there's a battle for P2 between the McLaren drivers. As you can see, those guys are separated. Whoa! Almost there. Snell almost bins it. There is, he has a little wobble, and he loses about a second to Lightning as we speak, which isn't very good for him. Brian down there is currently battling out for P9 with Klein. Is he going to be able to take the P9 position away from Klein? I'm not sure if he can do it right now, but the battle for P13 between Cam and Parallax is going on still. They are really, really going at it. Dom,
yes?
If you wouldn't mind commentating for a few minutes, I've just got to do something.
Yep, that's fine. Currently now a P3 battle, the bronze medal fight, but going between Snell, Robbie, and it's a VSC. It's a VSC. I have just noticed. I was wondering why everyone was going slowly, and it is a VSC, which is very interesting now that this has happened. Snell is really lagging. I see there in the distance while being on board with Jamie Morris in the Aston Martin. There's not really other things to commentate about other than that this three-way fight for the bronze medal, and on the smallest step of the podium. Hopefully we can get back underway, unless there's going to be another crash. Then it will be 100% a safety car here. And Berger's in the pits, and he's going on wet. Very interesting. Also needs a fix of tyres, which is actually a bit of a interesting strategy. He's going to be one of the first to be out on wets. Its Pyro was the first one to be out on wets in a pretty late occurrence, and we are back green as well. And Jamie Morris already eyeing up that gap to V Robbie to make a move inside or outside. You'd never know. It's 3/10. Robbie goes to the wide area, probably done a mistake. Jamie and V Robbie side by side. Oh, they bang wheels there. Jamie has to back out, or otherwise there'll be a big argument in the Discord chat and a big crash to cause probably a safety car. Now V Robbie there's one mission for him, and it's to run away, and he's currently failing that accomplishment, while Jamie Morris, what the hell? That was just a big echo. Jamie Morris now will eye up a move on V Robbie, and there's a yellow flag into sector 1, and Berger's out as well, and it's a safety car. First safety car so late in the race.
Got back at the right time then. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, it's fine. There's just a good old safety car. There was a VSC you missed.
Yeah, I think I left when the VSC came out.
Yeah, it did. I think it did. And there's a good three-way battle here between there was a good three-way battle between Snell, Robbie, and Jamie. Until the safety car came out, which ruined the fun.
Oh, that's fine. Sorry about that, mate. I was just talking to my fiance.
Yeah,
So, would you like to just run through with me what's been going on other than the VSC and the safety car that's just been deployed?
basically, Berger and both Rayner both went out on wets. I thought it was a bit of a weird one, but still, for me it was a bit even Steven. But, and also there was a big old ding-dong battle going of, with Robbie and Jamie when they were going side by side just before the final corners. They made contact, and if Jamie didn't back out, it would probably been a safety car earlier.
So yeah, guys, from what you guys have just seen and from what Dom's just seen, it is going to now make the rest of this race intense and interesting. Sparks has obviously now been caught up by Lightning, Snell, Jamie, etc. He's now going to be caught up by the guys that haven't been overlapped. And it's now going to really make an intense finish to the race now with 9 laps to go here in Imola. I'm really hyped up to see what the rest of this race has to offer us. And now the safety car is out, has your prediction changed on how you think this race is going to plan out, or do you still think that it's going to finish how you said it was?
It's going to kind of change with second and third. So maybe Lightning and Snell might switch, or maybe Jamie Morris might jump the two, and maybe Snell will jump Lightning, and then Lightning will just have a bad form at the end of the race, and it will just finish as Snell, then Jamie, then Sparks. But in my opinion, the favourite to win, in my opinion right now, is currently Sparks.
So yeah, it's getting interesting, guys. It's getting very, very interesting. As you can see, guys, it is just mainly puddles out now. So as you can see, we've got 2 drivers out on the full wets. The rain is coming down hard now for these final 8 laps, and it is going to be a finale finish here to Imola, guys. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race finishes. But guys, if you are watching and you're from Formula.com, just keep your eyes on Sparks, because he is the guy that is setting a statement to the rest of you guys that's going to be out on track Friday night at 9 o'clock. So guys, if you're new here or you're watching, again, please join us Friday night once again. But for now, our main focus is on here, and if you guys can see, it is extremely cloudy here in Imola. And there is really not much separating. Sorry, go on, mate.
That was literally about to mention that it turned from a white cloud to a big storm. Like it was like a big hurdle we need to jump in these wets. I mean, no one's in the wets, which, my opinion, is the correct time. Do you agree with that?
I think it's time for the wets.
Yes.
In my opinion, it is time for the wets.
Interesting.
Because just look at the track, mate. It is just full of puddles right now. These guys that are on the inters, I've seen a couple of people on inters now that have actually had a few wobbles. Look, I'm looking at Snow now. I don't know if he's deliberately doing that or if he's genuinely losing control of his car. But yeah, it's just far too wet right now. The inters are going to be faster. The wets will be faster at this moment in the race. So I think Wheelo, Skip Butties and Nahug will come back into this race somehow, some way.
I actually totally agree with that, but the thing is, they really need the pace to catch up to the leaders, because I feel like at least the top 7 will have at least a good getaway with some wheel-to-wheel action, and when it will be kicking off. And also the teammates, when the teammates get close to each other, do you think there's going to be a DNF with either the McLaren teammates or the Mercedes teammates, both being pretty close to each other? Well, not really the Mercedes, but...
No, I know what you're saying, mate. No, I know what you're saying. But I think we could see a couple of... Oh! I don't know if you've just seen that, but Snell, there we go. There we have it. And that wasn't even Lightning's fault. Lightning was just driving along. Snell comes up the back of him far too fast, and that's why I think it's time for the inters, because he comes up. He hits the braking point just right, but the car obviously glides across the track because it's far too wet, and he hits the back of Lightning, and that has cost them both a 5-second time penalty. Sorry, Snell didn't even get a time penalty for that. so it's cost Lightning 5 seconds there, which is unfortunate for him. But yeah, this is really going to be an interesting race now. We are literally moments away from the finish, guys. When it gets round to round lap 31, 32, we will give out driver of the day. But for now, we are focusing on this race until that moment, and it is going to be a finale finish to Imola.
Once again, very sorry to interrupt about this, but
Right.
both Haas, so the Haas of Skip Butties and the AlphaTauri of Hughes have both done a mistake. One landed in the gravel, the other just waited for the other.
Right. I don't
Which
get that.
really intrigued me, because that just looked weird. Because why just trying to give the position to a person just because you overtook them because they landed in the gravel? What? Are you feeling bad for them?
Hello?
Like, do they feel like bad that they gave that, like, they overtook them or something?
You could do, I'm not sure right now. As you guys saw at the top of the screen, safety car is in this lap then, so these guys will have to get off to a great restart, especially with it being as wet as it is. And these guys on the inters, they are not giving up now. They do not want to let this position go from them that they are in now. But I feel like that is a chance that they may have to take. I think they may have to go in for the full wets. You've got 4 drivers on full wets right now, and here we go, the restart is underway. Dom, please take it away for the next couple of laps.
Yep, that is completely fine. And as I currently speak, Snell is slowly catching up to his teammate, hoping for no contact. Hug in the Williams trying to in the Alpine. Very sorry for that. That was a bit of a mistake. But both Alpine, one Alpine and Paralex, both really fighting here. And there's someone currently in the chat. I got a notification that someone chatted. I can't see it, and I'm currently commentating, so I won't be reviewing that one. I will be checking them after the race, though. Very sorry if I don't notice it. And Klein Bossy really catching up to the Ferrari of V Robbie. These wets are really starting to take over, as in, like, let's say like a country trying to take over another one, and the smaller one is really gaining on the others just because they have got more support. Just like, for example, wets have more support because it is pretty rainy than it is for the intermediates. I feel like it's like a 60 to 70% water level. It currently looks like maybe a bit of a Sochi when it was lightning in FP3. And whoa, there's a big pile-up going into the last corner. I saw lots of contact, which could be a weird one there. And Skip Butties is going to go side by side with Jamie Morris, side by side. Can he make the move going into the chicane? No, he can't. Jamie Morris does hold out his third bronze medal, but Skip Butties around the outside he goes, side by side, and he does it. But can he hold it? Going into the chicane, yes, he can hold it. Skip Butties might actually win this race if he keeps the pace and catches up to Sparks. Skip Butties now down the inside on Snell. Wow, these wets are really taking over. So does Anne Wheeler now overtakes Jamie Morris. Now, just before that fast, quick area, can Snell defend from Wheeler in these wets, in those intermediates? And Jamie Morris is out. Will it be a safety car again? Doesn't look like it. Wheeler really speeding to try and make a move on Snell, trying to claim that and take the McLaren glory and respect. And the Aston Martins are also messing out, and because they had to go through lots of pain. Wheeler and Snell both side by side. I believe that was contact just before the final Swift. And there's another thing. Bossy now catching up to Snell here. The wets are really taking over the lads on in the intermediates, and Skip Butties is catching up very quickly to Sparks. Skip Butties might actually win this race after one of the worst performances, in my opinion, from him that I have seen. Now going into the final chicane, can he do it? Not final chicane. What am I saying? In the one of the last chicanes, because that's a penultimate one. Cam Dude gets a penalty. Skip Bottas gets the slipstream. He gets the overtake. Can he make it? Can he make the move? Can he make it sooner? Maybe he can. Now rounding the last couple of corners. Well, not really last, but then we're halfway through the lap. This is very, very well. This is going very, very well. Skip Bottas. Oh, sorry.
Go on.
Okay. Skip Bottas really trying to make a move on Sparks, while Sparks gets those elbows out, rounding the one of the last final corners. Now, say what you needed to say.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if you look at it though, if Skip Butties gets the overtake on Sparks, he's only got then 2-3 laps then to get a 3-second gap as well. So Skip Butties has got to overtake him on lap 30 if he wants to stand any chance of being able to do something about it. But I just can't see it happening tonight. I think Sparks may just walk away with it, but it's like you said, the wets are taking over. It has just proved that wets are the better tyres in these conditions, but Sparks isn't giving up. He is looking for that win tonight. Do you think that Sparks may just hold on, or do you think Skip Butties might be able to overtake him this lap and walk away with the win for Haas?
I think Skip Bottas will overtake Sparks at one quick moment, and then maybe Sparks will spin it and we'll do a mistake and we'll just crash out.
This is getting interesting. There is 2 tenths separating the top 2. 2 laps to go, and Sparks is really holding on for dear life right now. Sparks has got to hold on to this P1 position heading into lap 31 if he wants to stand any chance of winning tonight's Grand Prix. The question is, can he do it? No. Skip Butties looking for the overtake on the outside, almost wheel to wheel. Backs out to avoid the incidents there as they're coming up towards the final 2 turns to take away the win. Is he going to be able to do it though tonight in the Imola Grand Prix of Italy? Sparks is now starting to get away. Oh, this race, I just can't not predict which way this race is going to go at this point, but I think Sparks might just walk away with the win tonight.
Once again, sorry to interrupt, but Willow is really eyeing up a move on Skip Bottas. I have seen this gap close from 1 second to now 4 tenths. It was 3 tenths just earlier, but now going into chicane, it has grown bigger. And Skip Bottas was slowly catching up to Sparks, but I don't think he's going to get that race win. I think it will be Sparks, then Wheeler, and then Skip Bottas will have to be pushed down to P3 here.
What a race, what a way this race is going to finish tonight in Imola. It is getting intense, it is getting tough for every driver out there, but I think Sparks might be walking away with the win tonight.
I completely agree with you. Hug's trying to eye up a move on the Williams of Klein Bossy here. Is he gonna weigh in and try to get P5? The thing is, it depends who's got the bigger penalty. It turns out to be Hug, so that means it will probably be Klein Bossy, even though he will get overtaken by Hug, because penalties wise it's a big gap.
We're on the final lap of the race now, Dom, which means we now need to pick our driver of the day. My driver of the day will probably have to go to Skip Butties, if I'm honest. He has had an all-round great race. He comes from the back of the grid. Well, he's been up and down the grid all night, he has, and it looks like he is settling in for a podium finish tonight. Would you agree, or have you got a different driver of the day in mind?
I have got actually a different driver of the day. This might be a bit of a weird one because he did DNF. My driver of the day is Jamie Morris, because coming from behind, because if you remember in qualifying, he wasn't even in, I don't think he even set a lap in qualifying. I think he did. He was just not that great. He wasn't the greatest, and he just climbed back to P3, but unluckily done the DNF going into one of the fast corners, and Parallax just DNF'd.
And here we go, guys. We are coming round onto the final turn for the finish of the race here in Imola. Sparks coming onto the home straight now. The checkered flags will be out, and here we go. He crosses the line there, and he will take away the Imola Grand Prix here with Skip Butty moving down to P3, with Relo finishing in P2, Snell taking away P4, Klein taking P5, Robbie P6, Lightning P7, Brian looking like he's taking away P8, Cam Dude who will take away P9, Hug who will take away P10, Hughes Connor that will take away the P11 with him tonight. What a race this has been in Imola, Dom. Would you say that Sparks deserved that win?
100%. He done a storming drive, and in my opinion, he's going to be the one to. He's now going to be the hotspot in the chats.
This has been an all-round sensational race as Sparks takes away that P1 win with him tonight, which gives him that 25 points that he needed, that he wanted, and it was a sensational drive from him tonight. I could not be more proud of him. So Formula.com, guys, if you're watching, be careful of him on Friday night, because he is coming out to win that Drivers' Championship, but tonight it's all about Switchback racing as he walks away with that P1 position with Relo in P2 and Skip Butty's taking away the third and final podium position with him tonight. Wow, this race was really interesting, especially when it started raining, Dom. This has been an all-round great race. Who would you, obviously we've given out a driver of the day, who was you expecting to take away the P1 win tonight?
I was expecting it's Pyro or Mr. BT, but the shocker for me was that they both DNF'd pretty early, which also really intrigued me, which actually really also shocked me out, because that was actually pretty good drive from, also, once again, I've already said it, I'll say it again, Jamie Morris, storming drive, great performance. He tried his hardest all race after not so pleasant qualifying, and then claimed back some good positions, and then after knocking out of the basically just DNFing.
Yeah, this has been an amazing race to watch, guys. I've really enjoyed myself. I'm sure Dom's enjoyed himself just as much as I have tonight, and I hope the guys that have taken away the points enjoyed the race as well tonight. We hope to see you again very shortly, and I hope you guys come and watch me on Friday night with a commentary from Formula.com. Really excited about it, and we hope to see you all again very soon. Thanks for joining us here tonight, guys.
Another thing to say.
Go on.
Next race for this season will be in the fields of a pretty good nation, and that is the nation of the USA. Great history back in the day, and hopefully for a thriller.
There you have it, guys. Next week we are in USA for Switchback racing. We hope you join us there as well, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Finished.
Oh no, not USA. It was supposed to be Jeddah, but I think it's been replaced with USA because Jeddah is not out yet.
Oh, right.
I don't know. I don't know how this works, because Imola was replaced the Portuguese Grand Prix, and then after should be USA. After supposed to be Jeddah, but the Jeddah's not in the game yet, so they'd probably be postponed. After's gonna be Australia. Then after Brazil. No, sorry, it's gonna be USA next as race 14. Because I just noticed every race postponed by 1 week. Oh Jesus, I am crazy. That was a nice one. Yeah. My breath's gone. I can speak though. Hallelujah. So we'll see you next time, I guess. Yeah, have a nice one. And you guys, thank you. Whoever's watching my stream, thank you very much. I will be now reviewing the comments because I did not get to see them. Oh, okay. It was just Rally with his 2 comments. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and we'll see you next time for my next race that I will be commentating / driving, because I think I'll commentate like 5 leagues and racing 2. Okay, have a nice one, and